Peace. What's going on, everybody, man? Get everybody a chance to tune on in and tap in with your boy before we start building. How everybody holding up on this wonderful Friday, man? I got some important things to get off my chest today, man. So I don't want nobody to miss this information. Beast Reincarnated, what's going on with you, my brother? So give y'all a chance to tune on in, man. We gotta have this build, man. We got to do some building. We might even have to do some destroying, man. But either way, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this, man. I got to let y'all know some things. Miami Soldier, what's going on with you? Shakir, what's going on with you? How everybody living? How everybody holding up, man? We got to do some building, man. I got to give folks a reality check. Antoinette, peace. What's going on with you, Queen? You already know it. I stand on my square. I stand for the truth, even when it's not popular, man. So I just got to build on some things because I'm seeing a lot of nonsense out here, man. So I got to build on it, got to address it, got to do it. Tavon, what's going on? Big Phil, Seville, Tristan, MCJ Rocker, DJ Elmo, Denise, what's going on? Peace to everybody. Hold on. Whoa. Can y'all see me, man? My screen freezing on my end, man. What y'all? Okay, there we go. We back. We rocking. Devin, what's going on, man? How everybody living? Sean, what's going on? Oh no, we gonna do some building. Y'all already know I'm coming with it. I'm coming from a different angle when it comes to certain pieces of information. This is one of them. Bobby, what's going on, my brother? This is one of them, man. People got to understand the angle. This is one of those subjects that people look at and respond emotionally before even paying attention to what's being said or even striving to gain an understanding of the perspective of the person that's making the statement. So a lot of times, and again, this is strictly directed towards my brothers. We like to call women emotional, but we tend to get way too emotional when it comes to certain subjects. We tend to look at things on face value and we respond and react just like we accuse the women of doing. So a lot of us, a lot of times, we are overly emotional, but yet we want to act like that's solely a female trait or that's solely a woman trait. No, it's not. I see a lot of brothers get all up in their feelings without things being understood, without them even striving to gain an understanding. What do you call that? That's emotional. That's not logical. Logical is seeing somebody say something and then trying to gain an understanding as to why they made the statement. That's what logic is. That's how you reason. Getting emotional is saying, dude said this, and before you even strive to gain that understanding, you responded emotionally. You giving this whole spiel as to why you disagree with a statement. That's the problem that we have these days. We disagree with statements instead of striving to gain an understanding in regards to why the person made the statement. So we got to go beyond a statement. You can't just disagree with the statement, gain an understanding, because the understanding is the best part. Once you gain an understanding in regards to why somebody made a statement or why somebody feel the way that they feel, then it ain't even a matter of agreeing or disagreeing. It's a matter of understanding. I don't care whether or not you agree with the statement, but you got to understand where I'm coming from when I'm making the statement. That's what's most important to me. I don't care about agreeing or disagreeing. I care about the understanding. Now, when people not striving to get the understanding, that's when I have a problem. That's where the problem comes into play. You got to strive to understand the statement. You got to strive to understand why somebody is saying what they are saying. That is going to eliminate a lot of confusion. That is going to eliminate a lot of confusion, man. Get to the understanding of why a statement was made. That is important. Joey the Serpent, what's going on? Hertz 187, what's going on? Jamani, nah, this ain't about this ain't about Boosie at all. No, this ain't about Boosie at all. Oh, Bobby, you already know. Yeah, this ain't about Boosie at all. What this is about, I've just been observing and I've just been analyzing. That's what I do. That's what we call doing the knowledge. I just sit back, look, listen, and observe, analyze, examine. That's what I've been doing. I have noticed, JB Too Real, what's going on? I have noticed there are a lot of words that I don't like because we throw them around too loosely. Words like pseudo, like when we call things pseudo. I don't like that, man, because we tend to call everything that we don't agree with pseudo. Now, the word simp is falling into that category of words that I am getting tired of because we are misusing the word. We are starting to label any and everything a simp. We are starting to label any and every man a simp. Man, the man can just be out here dishing out positive energy towards women, and you gonna call dude a simp. We are starting to label every dude, any dude, a simp. If he do anything that's beneficial towards a woman, we starting to label that type of nonsense. We starting to label that type of stuff a simp. We starting to label that type of dude a simp. And it's starting to get on my nerves, man. Everything ain't simp behavior. Anytime if a dude say anything positive about black women as a whole, we finna call dude a simp off the rip without striving to gain an understanding. It's just that simple. That's stuff that I have been observing. That's stuff that I have been analyzing. And what's crazy is I'm starting to notice that the people that throw the word simp around are dudes that are unhappy because they may have had certain situations in their life in regards to relationships, or maybe they seeking what the other person has and they gonna label dude a simp. We starting to label the wrong type of behavior as simp behavior, and I don't really appreciate that. I don't really appreciate that, to the point where you can't even uplift women. You can't even uplift the black woman without dude trying to call you soft or a simp. Come on, man. But then these same dudes can turn around and talk bad about women. Like that ain't simp behavior. Like that ain't simp behavior, man. I know of this because I've analyzed and I observed. You can abuse the woman. You can verbally abuse the woman. You can do all of that. But then when I call you out on that, then you want to argue with me. But then if I say something positive about black women, now you want to call me a simp. But you can sit here and call black women every name under the sun that's negative. That's cool. You can do that. I'm not allowed to say anything. But if I say one thing positive about black women, one thing positive, then you finna call me a simp. Oh, that's simp behavior. You can't be out here uplifting black women. You got to call them all trash. If I do that, y'all ain't gonna call me no simp. You ain't gonna call me no simp. But if I'm out here telling people we need to protect the black woman, then now I'm a simp. But if I went out here and said all black women are trash, then I'm not gonna get called a simp. They ain't gonna call that simp behavior. If anything, they gonna like and they gonna share that. That's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. That's real simp behavior to me. If I'm sitting out here speaking positively about black women, I don't care whether you agree with that or not. Don't call that simp behavior. Don't look at that as something that's negative, because you got a mother, you got an aunt, you may have a daughter, you got a sister, you got black women in your family that I'm pretty sure you would like for other people to look out for them if you're not able to do it. So come on, man. Don't be spewing that type of rhetoric out here. Don't have brothers out here feeling guilty or bad because they out here trying to speak positively about black women. You don't know my upbringing. So if I have a positive perspective towards black women, man, just let it be that. Don't label that as something that's negative. You don't know how you could be impacting people, especially the younger generation. Man, listen, I've had my fair share of issues with black women, just like I've had my fair share of issues with black men. But like I've said, the people that have my back the most are black women. You can't take that experience away from me. So when I'm out here saying the positive things about black women, I'm going to need for y'all brothers to quit labeling that simp behavior. I'm going to need for y'all to quit doing that, especially if you ain't got all your ducks in a row, especially if you out here verbally abusing them, physically abusing them, treating them like trash, calling them trash. If you doing stuff like that, you need to analyze your own behavior instead of referring to me saying something positive about them as simp behavior. Come on now. What you really running from? You focusing on the way I view women. Focus on the way you view them and treat them. Stop worrying about what I'm doing. Stop worrying about how I view these women. Stop worrying about it. Worry about your own situation. And that's what I said. Even when I was on Facebook, I let it be known. Man, I ain't worth nothing, man. I've had a lot of issues in regards to my treatment with women, and it still ain't perfect. I got a long way to go. So the last thing that I'm able to do is sit here and refer to somebody as a simp, all I got to do is check my own history. Listen, I ain't got the best track record in dealing with women, man. I ain't got the best track record in relationships, man. I have done a lot of things that's nonsense, man. I got a lot of work to do. So what gives me the right to sit here and analyze somebody professing they love for their women, or professing they love for like black women or whatever they doing? What gives me the right to say, bro, that's simp behavior? That's simp behavior. That's simp behavior. No, I got to analyze my own behavior first. I ain't worried about how somebody else is viewing women. I ain't concerned with another grown man. See, TZ Frank, that's the thing that I'm saying. See, you broke it down like that, but that's not what's happening. That's why I say I get tired of words. See, we take a word and we abuse the word. That's what has happened based off of observation. I have literally seen people label things simp behavior that's not simp behavior. That's what happens when you start to abuse a word. That's what happens when you start to abuse a word. We have taken that word and we are using it in the wrong context. And again, the last thing I'm concerned about is just another grown man. So I don't really care about it. But man, we label a lot of things simp behavior. We label a lot of things simp behavior. So it ain't even that simple no more, TZ Frank. It ain't that simple at all. That may be how you didn't define it, but man, the way people are using it, that's not a reflection of that definition. That's because people that took that word and they using it. They abusing it. They're abusing it, I should say. They abusing it. And it's terrible. It's terrible, man. I've literally seen things or dudes get called simps. And it's like, man, what dude ain't even do nothing? Dude that says something positive. Dude that says something positive about women and they calling that a simp. Calling that simp behavior. Jamani, I don't have no definition for simp because I don't even utilize that word. The reason why I said you a simp for calling another grown man a simp, again, I do that type of stuff, man, just to call the people out that's utilizing the word simp. I don't utilize the language because we got other words. We got other words to basically utilize to call out certain pieces of behavior. Lord V, I don't care what you listen. I'm what I call myself, man. I understand what I am. I come from the 5% nation of gods and earth, man, where we call the black man God, and that's what I am. So y'all can utilize whatever label that you want to attach to me, but I'm not going to respond to any of those labels. But like I said, I ain't really got a definition of it because I don't utilize the word. And then again, it's like with everything in life. Everybody has their definition of what a simp is. So now it got to a point where there really is no working definition of simp, because the way TZ Frank saw it will be totally different than somebody else. Somebody else see the word simp. So now we done took that word. We don't have a working definition of the word. We just have everybody else with their different definition. That's where we at now with it, with the word simp. Everybody got their different definition of the word simp. And that's what's creating a problem. We no longer have a working definition, a universal definition. We no longer have a universal definition of the word simp. That's how bad the word then got, because we don't have a universal definition. Everybody's seeing this word in a different light. So now it's being utilized in a different light, to the point where it's now becoming corny. It has become corny. And the problem that I'm having with a lot of my brothers, man, it's a problem that I'm having strictly with a lot of my brothers. We have got to we got to do a lot of reflecting, like internally, because a lot of brothers, let's be honest, man. Let's be honest with us. See, we like to call these women emotional. We like to do that. But let's be honest, though. A lot of brothers out here hating. We hating because it may be a man that got something that we striving for. Man, let's be honest. A lot of brothers out here striving for relationships. A lot of brothers out here striving for that woman, that will compliment them, that will reflect their light. A lot of brothers are out here searching for that. A lot of brothers want that. A lot of brothers crave that. So when you don't have that and you see somebody else with it, that envy kicks in, that jealousy kicks in. So we got to admit that. We got to acknowledge that a lot of this stuff, a lot of these negative words that we utilize in regards to insulting some of our other brothers comes from that. It stems from that, the fact that we may be jealous. Let's be honest, man. Let's be honest. We got to be honest with ourselves, man. What are you getting out of calling another grown man a simp? What are you getting out of that? That's all I must ask, man. What are you getting out of that? What are you getting out of that? Ataka Zulu, yes. And that's all I'm saying. Way out of context. Now, the definition that TZ Frank gave, I'm fine with that. If that's how the word would have been utilized, if, okay, every time somebody was paying women for attention, then the word simp was utilized, I would be fine. I would sit back and be like, I bet that's what a simp is. But that is not what it is anymore. We have taken that word and we throwing it around. So if you a brother, and if you want to see what I'm talking about, just do something. Just make a status about just uplifting women or something. And somebody gonna call you a simp. Somebody gonna call you that simp. Somebody gonna call you a simp. Somebody gonna do you. And Bobby said it like Bobby proved my point. The word hotep is just like that. We took the word hotep and we made it like an insult. Oh, you a hotep. You that hotep type dude. We made that word negative. That word ain't got nothing negative behind it. That word don't have any negative energy, negative vibe, negative frequency behind it. Yet what we do, we took the word and we abused it and we made it something that's negative. We took the word hotep, made it negative. Oh, you one of them hoteps. We took that word, made it negative. So best believe we can take a word like simp and use it in a wrong context. And that's exactly what we have done. Now I have got tired of that word. Just like the word pseudo. Just like the word pseudo. We have taken the word pseudo. We use that word to basically talk down on any brother that we don't agree with. So if you come in with some information and we don't agree with the information, we call you pseudo. So we take these words, man, and we use them incorrectly. We use them incorrectly and we abuse them. Then there we go. Now I got the problem. Hey, what's going on? Original one, and that's all it is. Like I said, if we was utilizing the word in its proper context, I'm cool. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. And I still ain't even, listen, I still ain't bothered by it. If a brother want to pay a woman for attention out here, so be it. Dude ain't bothered, man. So be it, man. Like I said, I got my own stuff I need to work on. If a brother out here paying women for attention or whatever the case may be, man, so be it. That's his life, man. That's what he choosing to do with his funds. I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna do that with my funds. Man, I ain't even been to no, listen, I went to a strip club one time, wasn't able to get in. That was the only time. I don't even go to strip clubs like that. Fam, like never been fooling with that. But if you out here populating these strip clubs, throwing your ones to these women, what are you? What are you? Yeah, and that's what it is, man. It's jealousy, man. It's jealousy. And then on top of jealousy, this is one thing that we also must stop doing. On top of jealousy, we take relationships on face value. See, you think you will look at two people and you will be like, man, I wish I had that. I wish I had, man. I'm like, you don't know what we go through. You don't know what we going through. You don't know all the hard work that it takes to be in a relationship, to maintain a relationship. You don't know what's really going on. This could be the worst relationship known to man. but you taking things on face value. So basically, you jealous and envious for no apparent reason. You could be jealous of a brother for being in a relationship, and the relationship may not be peaches and cream. So what you really jealous for? Because you taking something on face value, because you in love with the concept of something, and you want something, and you don't have it. So you hate anybody. You gonna hate on anybody that has what you don't have, no matter the quality of the relationship. Oh, Bobby, the word pseudo in and of itself ain't negative. It has its place to be utilized when utilized correctly. But just because you have heard somebody say something that you don't agree with and you be like, that's pseudo. No, if you do your research to what somebody said and came to the conclusion that what they said is not, there's no evidence to support the claim, then you can properly label it as pseudo. But to react emotionally as soon as somebody says something that you ain't never heard of or disagree with, then label it pseudo, that's incorrect. You supposed to take what they said and say, okay, I never heard this before, or I don't agree with it. Let me look into it. Then you look into it and say, man, there is no evidence to support this claim. Now it is correct to use the word pseudo, but we don't do that. Us grown men, and I'm finna call the grown men now because we be I deal with too many emotional grown men. Listen, when I train men, I don't have patience with them because we tend to be overly emotional. We tend to cry more than we claim these women do. So I got to call y'all out on this, man, because we got to at some point man up. I didn't dealt with men. I didn't dealt with women. I can tell you just from a fitness perspective, I'd rather train women than men because dudes be out here crying more than the women when it comes to fitness, man. I have literally been in a situation where I was training, and y'all done heard me talk about this, where I was training man, woman, and child, and man quit before woman and child. Young son out here watching the man quit while the mom's still going hard. That's trash, man. That's trash, but we out here calling dudes simp when you can't even finish a workout with your woman and your child, young son watching. You can't even finish the workout. Come on, man. But you finna sit here and probably label somebody a simp. Yeah, you ain't got the mental strength nor the physical strength to do some burpees, man, and outlast your woman out here while your young son is watching. Come on, man. We got a lot more work that needs to be done other than concerned about somebody out here being a simp. Come on, man. We got a lot of stuff. We got a lot more stuff that we need to get in order. Everybody got time. Ain't got no time to be worried about what another grown man do with his money. Got no time for that. Got time for that type of nonsense, man. I ain't worried about none of that. Worry about none of that, man. We got to worry about ourselves, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? How are you treating the women around you? That's what you need to be worried about. That's what you need to be focused on. And again, a lot of people don't like to hear this, but actual fact. How far is that getting you worrying about somebody else being a simp? And this the thing. If you just acknowledging behavior, I'm cool with it. But that ain't what we doing. We getting obsessed with calling out brothers on being simps. We obsessed with it. A lot of brothers obsessed with pointing out simp behavior. It's an obsession. If you just point out saying, all right, like just looking at somebody doing something and say, man, you tripping. And then you just leave it alone. If you was able to do the same thing with simping, I'm cool with it. Like, man, dude out here simping, then I'm going to keep it moving. That ain't what we doing, though. We going out of our way to find these dudes that's acting like what we call simps or what they call simps. Because, again, definition depends on individual. Definition is relative. So dudes are going out of their way to label people as simps. That's what's happening. We have become obsessed with this. That's a problem. It's not going to get you far in life. It's not going to get you far in life. Oh, DJ Elmo, like with the word simp, yes, we're going to have different definitions of black masculinity. But one thing I can tell you for sure that's masculine. One thing I can tell you for sure that a man should never do, going back to my workout example, a man should never quit something like that in front of a young man. That's one thing a man should never do. If you doing any type of hard labor, you are never supposed to show that child that it's okay to quit. That's man, woman, that's a man and woman. But definitely for a man, if you doing some physical work It ain't nothing masculine about you quitting in front of that child and then trying to justify it. Dude was trying to justify it. It ain't nothing masculine about that. Nothing. The moms wasn't finna quit in front of the child. I've had plenty of mothers say, look, I can't quit because my child is watching. That is how you supposed to be. So it ain't nothing manly about quitting in front of the child. We can all agree to that. We can all agree to that. If I'm doing some work, if I'm doing any type of work, I'm not about to encourage this child to quit. So I can't quit. I can't quit. I don't care how hard it is. I'm not quitting. You better not have no young man watching me work out. Man, listen. I'll lay my life on that in that gym. I'm not quitting. If you telling me to do 30 burpees, I don't care how hard this 30 burpees is, I'm gonna complete it. If this young man is watching. Because you got to understand the seed you planting, man. You got to understand the seed you planting. Got to understand the seed you planting. And I'm seeing a lot of grown men that reflect this type of behavior. And that's sad, man. That's sad. So that's why I got to talk to my brothers. And if the shoe don't fit, don't wear that mug. So if you don't fit the criteria that I'm talking about, then you good. You good. You ain't got to worry about it. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking about you. Ataka Zulu. I went, like I said, one time, wasn't able to get in, kept it moving. Nothing excites me about the strip club. Man, matter of fact, I'm gonna give y'all another example. Brother was joking, but this is listen, a lot of jokes are rooted in reality. I had mentioned on Facebook that I ain't like the song Throat Baby. Couldn't stand the song, heard the song, and I was like, the song made me mad. Brother go get on there and joke and say, I must not receive oral sex. That's what that type of stuff that I'm saying, man. What? Just because I don't like the song Throat Baby, you feel like you justified in saying you must not receive oral sex. That's the type of world that we live in. When I say I don't like the word throat baby, now people are like, oh, this dude must not get no action because he don't like the song Throat Baby. Dude must don't get no type of action. What? No, man, that song corny and that song is whack. It ain't got nothing to do about lack of action. But that's the type of mentality that some of these brothers possess out here. And we try to justify it as saying it was a joke. But no, you really meant that. That's why you said it. I don't like the song Throat Baby, so that means I don't get no action. Just like if I said I ain't rock with no strip club, you might think the same. Matter of fact, I'm fine with, especially when I was out here, when I wasn't married, man, I was fine not getting all the action, man. That's how you end up with a lot of diseases and all type of nonsense. So what if a brother ain't out here getting all type of action? That ain't nothing to glorify. Oh, he out here, you get a ton of action out here. Ain't nothing to glorify. That ain't nothing to glorify, man. That says a lot about you, man. You out here a different woman every other freaking day and every other freaking week, man. That's saying something about you. Need to settle down, slow down. Your sperm, that's your life force, man. So you're not supposed to be out here releasing that life force repeatedly like that, man. You got to preserve the life force, man. So that's your life force, yo. So why are you bragging about having sexual energy exchanges, whatever you want to call it, man, sacred energy exchanges with all these different women, man? That ain't nothing to brag about. That ain't nothing to brag about. That ain't nothing to brag and boast about. MCJ Rocker, never my thing at all. Not doing it. Not doing it. Before and now that I think about it, I guess the word simping is, I guess, symbolic to the word tricking. Back in the day, they used to call it tricking. They say it ain't tricking if you got it type deal. So I'm guessing the word simp is supposed to be a reflection of that. It's supposed to be an upgraded or updated version of the word tricking. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Beautiful Goddess Keys, man. Appreciate the donation, man. Y'all done got me venting, so I ain't even got a chance to look at comments, man. Y'all, I had to get in vent mode real quick. Vent mode real quick. MCJ Rocker, and that's it. That's it. That's all that you should prefer, man. I just was never fascinated with it. Yeah, I did my fair share of going to like clubs, but I ain't even really like that, man. I was doing it because but like I was with the homeboy, so we going to the club, man. But I ain't never too much care for those environments. I ain't never care for the music. I ain't never care for those environments like that. And I'm talking about as a young boy. Of course you did it, man. You had your fun as a youngin', but that don't mean you enjoyed it and cared for it, man. I ain't care for that type of life, man. I just didn't. I'd rather chill out. Keep it low key type deal. DJ Elmo, positive fatherhood is a long-term solution to this issue. No doubt about it. But the way the world looking now, you be a positive father, they may call you a simp. It's dudes out here calling other grown men simp that don't take care of their kids. How you calling somebody a simp? You ain't doing everything in your ability to take care of your kids. And I ain't talking about, see, and this is another thing. People get emotional. They hear what I say, and then they start venting about something. Listen, I ain't talking about the people that are facing some situations where the woman is making it extremely hard for you to see the kid. I'm talking about just the dudes out here that ain't making no attempt to see their children. It's dudes out here like that calling other people simps. So what are you out here doing? You calling somebody a simp, but you ain't trying to take care of your kid. You ain't trying to be in your child's life, but you calling somebody else a simp though. Nah, you need to focus on being the best man that you can be. For real, straight up. And another reason, see y'all, I'm in vent mode. When it comes to certain topics, I get in vent mode. So don't mind if I excuse me if I ain't reading these comments because I'm venting. But another reason why I'm not a fan of this word simp, because what is it doing? Where is it creating a divide? Y'all got to understand the agendas that be happening out here, man. We just be falling right into traps. Another reason why I ain't liking a simp. What culture is utilizing this particular word? Who is this impacting the most? It's impacting black folks. It's impacting us, man. It's creating a division. It's creating separation where it don't even need to be no separation. It's creating conflict where there does not even need to be any conflict. That's why I'm not liking this word, man. It's creating conflict and tension where there does not need to be any. We continue to do things that result in conflict amongst one another. Pointless conflict. Pointless conflict. Pointless conflict. Somebody got to break down how is it benefiting me by going out of my way calling somebody another grown man, and it's more than likely gonna be another grown black man that you finna call a simp. What am I getting out of that? Especially when I need to look back on my life and I'm not nowhere near close to perfect. What are we getting out of that? Especially if you're not about to go out of your way to try to help the brother out. If you feel like the brother is doing something that's detrimental to their life, then what are you doing to solve the problem? If you finna label the brother a simp, then just talking bad about the brother, what is that doing? What is that doing? How is that elevating society? If I'm finna call somebody out of their name, if I'm finna call somebody something, then I gotta make sure I got a solution to this problem if I feel like it's a problem. I'm not about to just sit and gossip all day. Grown men, why are we doing that? I'm not finna gossip about another man unless I got a solution to this problem. What's your solution? What's your solution to it? Hirsch 187, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And everybody gonna agree with that. Everybody gonna agree with the age that we living in. Mr. Bobby, you right. Simpleton. And like I said, I feel like it was a reflection of the word trick. Beast reincarnated, most definitely. And listen, we using the gun, and you said, listen, this generation is soft, always have to use a gun and not these hands. See, we need to use the hands amongst one another, but then at the same time, let me build on that though. Because we definitely need guns out here because the world we live in. See, Beast reincarnated, I agree with what you're saying to an extent, but then we also got to deal in reality. See, the way we viewing that, we looking at it like this is how the world should be. Well, we got to look at how the world is. Fact of the matter is, you got to have a weapon on you because you don't know what these brothers out here capable of, and you don't know what these young brothers out here own. So you got to have something on you to protect yourself. Sadly enough, you got to have something on you. But for the most part, we using these weapons, we wasting these bullets on the wrong person. We wasting the bullets on the wrong people. So when it's actually time to go to war and actually time to protect the nation, we ain't gonna have no more bullets left. See, back in the day, you used the hands on one another. We use them hands, man. We got to preserve the bullets. We got to preserve the bullets for the actual enemy. But we using them bullets on each other, though. Again, those are the type of simp moves that I'm talking about. Taka Zulu, man, I can imagine, man. I can imagine, man, just from me dealing with men in fitness. Man, I didn't even try to help brothers out and they don't be trying to hear it, man, because that pride and that ego. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, man, I ain't got no problem admitting. Listen, when I first started training, first gym I worked at, they put me through a rigorous workout. Man, I threw up. I wasn't even expecting it, but guess what I didn't do? I ain't quit though. I threw up, man. At the end of that joint, I threw up. Man, I worked out with my cousin when I went to Mississippi. Threw up. Because I pushed myself. I worked hard. But guess what I wasn't finna do though? Quit. You ain't about to see me quitting. If I say I'm finna do something when it comes to like physical work, I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting. Just not gonna do it. I'm not about, especially if the baby's watching. The baby's watching, man. Listen, I'm going hard. But I've literally watched grown men quit doing workouts that wasn't even hard. That I have watched women do multiple sets of the same workout. And I'm like, y'all, we got a long way to go. That mental strength just ain't really there. Max 701. Exactly. Same situation that I'm talking about. Not too long after that dude quit in front of woman and child, not too long after that, did she stop coming to me? And I already know what that was about. She stopped coming because dude was like, nah, you out here trying to bet. You out here embarrassing me in front of dude. We can't have that. So you got to sit around and be lazy and out of shape just like me. Seville, man, that's it, man. That's it. And we got to stop doing that, man. And listen, when I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself. I always go back to times where I just spit out that type of energy. And it always came from that type of space, man, and that type of place. Listen, when you at peace, bro, I'm telling y'all, when you are at peace, you're not about to be doing these type of things. When you satisfied with your life, man, or when you focused on bettering yourself, when you focused on evolving, when you focusing on elevating, you're not finna be going out of your way to do these things. You just not. You just not finna do it. Tavon, exactly. We throw words out and I can't stand that. Listen, I'm gonna ask y'all. It's almost like when you come across a certain piece of information, and instead of you teaching somebody else what you learn, basically teaching them what they don't know, instead you criticize them. We know the people that do this with religious texts. They utilize the Bible to criticize you. Okay, the same thing applies to some of these brothers out here that call these women out of their names, but yet they not doing anything to help the situation. So if you finna be referring to these women as thoughts, hoes, whatever you want to refer to them as, and then you utilizing that to basically abuse them, you preying on them, you calling them all of this, and then you utilizing that to abuse them. So you finna call them thoughts, hoes, and then you finna play them according to that. And you not doing anything to rectify the situation and help them out, you ain't no better than them. You ain't no better than them. You not. You not doing anything to help the situation. You say, well, oh, they thighs and hoes, so I'm just gonna treat them like such. You not better at that point. You have became lower than them. You have became lower than them. You have became lower than them at that point when you like, well, they ain't nothing but this, that, and the third, so I'm gonna treat them as such. No, you have became that much lower than them the moment you adapt that type of mentality. The moment you adopt that type of mentality, you have now stooped down to a level lower than them. And that's just a fact. So we throw these labels out here, man, and then we want to play them according to those labels and wonder why things are not changing. Wonder why things are not changing, wonder why things are not improving. It is because of that. We don't understand the power that we possess as men. We don't understand how things revolve around us as men. Gotta understand that. Gotta understand that. CC Peace, what's going on? Like I said, man, I'm behind on the comments, man. I had to get my vent on for a second. Now I can tap into a little bit of these comments and see what everybody talking about. Hirsch 187, that's what I'm talking about. When the young bulls watching, when they watching me work out, man, like I said, I hurt myself because I'm going hard. I'm going hard, man. I could just go back to the sports days, man. When I knew the people that was under me were watching me, man, I used to go hard. I'm like, man, they watching. This ain't the time for me to quit. This ain't the time. If there was a time to quit, that's not the time. When the babies are watching you, that is not when you quit. That's not when you quit. That's when you throw up, man. That's when you throw up right there. They watching. That's when you throw up. That's when you go hard. That is exactly when you go hard, man. Hurt yourself, throw up, whatever the case may be. That's when I encourage that. You do not want to let them see you quit. I don't know who taught somebody that was cool. Lindell, and that's an actual fact. Like I said, man, you can't even say the slightest bit of you can't even speak the slightest bit of positivity towards. So, nah, man, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. Some of this stuff don't be making sense, man. For the most part, man, we a lot of us, man, we just got a lot of problems that we need to sort out. We got a lot of things that we need to deal with because people being positive out here should not bother you. And I started to notice that people out here being positive, man, that bothers a lot of people. People out here striving to like improve and striving to dish out positive energy, that bothers people. Like if it's something positive, we don't fool with it. We not fooling with it. We not fooling with it. Lord Jamar even said something along those lines recently. He was talking about a video he had did about Tiffany Haddish. It was a positive video, basically praising her. Now he came back and made another video and said, if I would have said something negative in that video or said something negative about Tiffany Haddish, then the video would have blew up. But he said since it was positive, since they were praising her in the video, didn't attract that much attention. That's the type of stuff that we be on. That's the type of stuff that we be on. And that's what Lord Jamar was talking about. And that's just an actual fact. If he would have went out here and was like, Tiffany Haddish doesn't pay comedians, she's wicked, then it would have blew up. Now, everybody would have been sharing that. See, told y'all. And I don't even really too much find her funny, but I'm not going to be out here bashing her like that. But if he made a video that bashed her, I bet you the whole world would have been sharing that. But him and Godfrey made a video that ain't have nothing but positive things to say about her. And he doubled back and made another video saying, if I would have took another route with that video and talked bad about the sister, then boom, everybody would have been chiming in, going in, sharing it and all that type of stuff, man. And that's a fact, man. That's the world we live in. That's the world we live in. Hey, Jamar, that's how you got to walk out that joint way richer. Bobby, man, worrying about the wrong stuff like a mug, man. Worried about the wrong stuff. Worried about it. And wondering why you not elevating in life. Wondering why you not evolving in life. Wondering why you not attract. Listen, you gonna attract exactly what you criticizing. You gonna attract exactly what you criticizing. Why? Because you focused on it. What you focus on grows. So guess what? Guess what? Guess what? You start talking bad about these when you gonna start attracting exactly what it is that you criticizing. Exactly what it is that you criticize. And that's why I don't focus on criticizing folks. That's why I don't focus on it. Not saying that there is not a time and a place to do it, but I'm not about to obsess with it. I'm not about to be obsessed with criticizing folks like that. Especially like I said, when I got my own improving to do. Joey the Serpent, we done already had that conversation. You already know how I feel about seeing my sisters out here getting drunk. Can't stand it. It bothers me, irks me. Not stand it. Can't tolerate it. Can't be around it. Can't be around it. Derek Gordon, I got that same perspective towards the women that sleep around. Listen, hey, I don't discriminate. So the same thing I'm saying about the dudes, these women out here doing some of the same things, then this applies to you too. This applies to them too. I don't discriminate. I don't discriminate. I don't got no double standard. Like, you don't need to be doing that both ways around, man. You need to be protecting that temple, no matter who you are. No matter who you are. And the thing of it is, when we was young, yeah, we was out here curious, man. We was out here slipping up. But as you grow wiser, I ain't even about to use the word older, you grow wiser, because that's what you're supposed to do. Then you should be a lot more mindful with who you have exchanges with. That's how life is supposed to go. That's how you're supposed to naturally evolve. When you young, yeah, you may have caught several bodies when you were young, because you was young. You was out here curious, man. You was doing all that type of stuff. So I ain't mad at the young boy for being out here doing that. Of course, you gonna try to teach him or her how to do it responsibly. But again, I know how it is to be young. But as you grow wiser, man, like, it shouldn't even, listen, we should be a lot more mindful, a lot more cautious, precarious, and things of that nature. But that's not what's happening. Terenzo, no doubt. And again, man, I've been waiting on it. You've been mentioning that neuro-linguistic programming for a minute. I'm just waiting to bring them books out, man. I'm gonna do that video. Gonna be beautiful. I know you're gonna have a lot to say in that video, because I got few books on it. I'm just waiting to bring that to the surface, because it is powerful. Oh, Max 701. Don't even get me on what you teaching these young men out here. Don't even get me on that. Don't even get me started on that. You teaching these young men out here, young sons, these young men. If you teaching them any type of respect, Simp. You teaching them any type of level of respect, Simp. Don't let nobody find out that I'm teaching a young black man to respect women out here. Don't let nobody find out. Then I'm a simp. I'm gonna be exposed. They may even call me a sellout. May even call me a Sambo or something, if they find out that I'm teaching this young black man to respect women. Oh, snaps. He teaching them to respect women out here. What dude on? What is he on? Why is he doing that? He simping. What? That's why I try not to get too caught up in all this nonsense, man. But I done got caught up in this, man, because it's like, wait a minute. Why are we talking? Like I said, man, I be seeing situations where dudes that I know, man, just upstanding dudes, man, and people be coming at them like, I don't like that type of stuff. That was like back in the day when they made fun of dudes and called dudes nerds, all because they wanted to get their lesson. Like, man, that stuff is corny, man. Y'all done called these dudes nerds like it's something negative. How do I know, man? I was one of the ones. I'm like, I'd rather get my lesson in, man. But they call you nerd. They call you a geek, all because you want to get an A on the test, and you a man. Oh, man, you a nerd. You a geek. You a lame. What? I'm a lame because I'm doing this homework. I'm a lame because I'm studying for this test instead of wasting my time dealing with these young girls out here, man. I'm trying to have a future in my life. I'm a lame now. So that's why I don't be liking that type of stuff, man. Y'all, that can corrupt a good dude. Because it has corrupted good children, man. You know how many good dudes, you know how many young black men were out here getting called lame, geek, and nerd, and it affected them, and it made them turn into a savage because they was trying to fit in. They didn't want to be called a nerd, a lame, a geek. So they was like, hold on, I don't like that. I don't want to be that. I want to fit in with the popular people. So I can't be no nerd, no geek, no lame. So I can't get my lesson in. You know how many young black men that corrupted? Come on, man. Snuggle 66. I'm late on the comment there. Appreciate that donation. What prompted this discussion, as I said earlier, was just me observing the usage of the word and the proper definition. Like I said, I don't necessarily have a definition because I don't utilize it. It's not in my vocabulary. I've just been observing the way other people utilize it to the point now where I'm confused as to what it means. Because like I said, I associated it with the word tricking, meaning, as TZ Frank said, you paying for the attention. You throwing money out there. You using your money to try to reel them in. That's what I originally associated the word with. Now I'm seeing other people use it in a different context. Now I'm confused. So now confusion was caused. That's what prompted this discussion, man, this bill, man. That's what inspired it, because now I'm confused because people using it in a context that I wasn't familiar with. Maybe I was looking at the word wrong. I don't know. Oh, Denise, man, listen, y'all been a blessing to me. Listen, y'all been everybody that's tapped in, tuned in, been a blessing to me. Y'all don't understand how y'all saving my life by tapping in and tuning in. Y'all don't understand. Y'all really don't understand how y'all have saved my life. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand how much I appreciate y'all tapping in and tuning in, man. Y'all really don't understand that. Y'all don't understand what this has done for me. Just on a level of confidence, man, just self-esteem, just energy, all that type of stuff, just health. Y'all don't understand how y'all just tapping in, tuning in on a regular basis has really elevated me. Y'all don't understand. So, man, listen, I give all y'all the credit. I ain't doing nothing. I just get on here, talk my little noise and get off. Y'all the MVP, as they say. For real, though. For real, though. Justin Green, and that's all it be. And that's why I wish we could realize that. That's why I wish we could just realize what it really is about. Like, come on. That's why I wish we could realize that that's what it's really about. Like I said, if I see a brother out here paying for the attention of women, I'm going to just be like, that's crazy. I'm like, dude, I wouldn't do that, but that's crazy. That's how dude choose to live his life and spend his money. That's on dude. I don't know what happened in his childhood to make him think that that's what he got to do, but that's crazy. You even have it nowadays. If a dude come out and talk about, and this is how my pops, listen, this is what I saw. This is why I say a lot of this comes down to experience and how you was raised, man. I was fortunate enough to have my father in my life. I watched my father and how he operated. I watched my father take care of the household, pay everything to the point where it was like my mom didn't even need to work if she didn't want to, type deal. So I watched my pops take care of everything. Now, if you say that as a man, they call that simping now, apparently. If you say it's a man's responsibility to take care of all, like, the household bills and all of that financially, apparently that's simping, man. But that's how I was actually brought up. That's what I saw. This whole time I didn't understand. I didn't know that my pops was a simp. This whole time. That's new to me. I did not realize that my pops is a simp. Did not know it, man. My pops out here paying all the bills, taking care of the household. That's a simp. I did not know. I had no idea. Thank y'all for thank some of y'all, not y'all on this particular thread here, but the people that I'm talking about. Thank y'all for letting me know that my pops was simping this whole time. By basically telling my mom she ain't got to really work if she don't want to. If she can, that's cool. That's just more money for the household, but she ain't necessarily need to. I ain't know that was simping. I ain't even know it, man. Whole time, man. Y'all telling me I was raised by a simp. Whole time. Whole time. I ain't know it. Whole time. Say Ashley, Willie Lynch, coming true. Coming true. Been true for a minute. Been out here. Randy Warlord Pringle, what's going on with you? Savine, exactly. If I'm gonna call out a problem, I gotta throw out some solutions. Or else what am I crying about? What am I crying about? Shaquille, man, exactly. And I'm right here with you, man. We got other stuff to worry about. We got other stuff to worry about. Look, I gotta worry about my health. I gotta make sure I'm eating right. I gotta make sure I'm exercising. I gotta see how I'm finna get another source of revenue. Like that's the type of stuff I'm worried about, man. That's the type of stuff I'm worried about, man. I'm trying to expand. I'm trying to expand. I'm trying to evolve. That's what I'm worried about. Walker 44, what's going on with you? Montel, what's going on with y'all, man? Like I said, I'm late on the comments, but it is what it is. CC, no doubt. We definitely are operating at that low vibration. Most definitely. What they call it, the animal nature. Like we operating at that level. We have collectively, we haven't transcended that level yet. We haven't transcended that level yet, man. We gotta transcend above and beyond that level, man. Like I said, man, we got a common enemy. We got a common enemy that every time we sit and we argue on social media, we go back and forth on social media. That's common enemy is sitting back laughing, clapping, applauding, winning, grinning, all of that. That's why they don't be too much worried about us, man, because we argue about the dumbest things. They ain't worried about us, man. I don't know why people think they not worried about us at all. They not worried about us at all. They know good and well. All they got to do is throw something out there, man, and then we just gonna start arguing with one another about it. All right, let's go tell these folks something that Russell Wilson said. Watch they argue about it. Watch they argue about it. Let's just tell them let's tell them what Russell Wilson said. Watch they argue. Let's tell them something that Kanye said. Watch they argue with each other. Watch they argue. Watch they argue. They're gonna start deleting each other off social media. They're gonna start unsubscribing. Just watch they argue. And we do it every time. So predictable, man. Whole time wife was in here trolling, and I'm just now getting hip. Whole time. That's what I get though, because I be trolling in some of her videos. Sometimes I be dead serious though. Jamar, and that's why, hey, be open with your listen. Matter of fact, and it's the crazy thing about it. What Jamar say, at least be open with your intention with her. I ain't got no problem. I always appreciate honesty. Like I said, that's why I fool with Donald Trump. Let me know how you feel, player. So even the dudes that's out here so-called simping, hey, as long as they let it be known that that's what they about, I ain't even got a problem with it. If you know that that's what you out here doing, like, yeah, I'm sure, man, I'm paying these women for this, that, and the third. Then you let them know that, like, man, I can't be mad at that. You letting them know. You letting them know. You letting me know. You letting yourself know. Hey, that's just what you choose to do. Tavis, exactly. If you're not the solution, you're part of the problem. And I'm always striving I'm solution oriented. I do not like wasting time on a problem. I don't like wasting time on a problem. So then it becomes a matter of what are we doing to solve the problem? The way to solve any problem, you got to get to the root. If dudes are out here, if we view tricking and simping or whatever the case may be as a problem, then we got to get to the root of why dudes feel that they need to be out here doing it. Then that's when we start solving these problems. What happened during their upbringing? Because I guarantee you it's rooted in childhood. So when you get to the bottom of their childhood, you're gonna say, okay, this affected them, this impacted them. Man, they got low self-esteem because they got rejected a lot as a child. So now they feel like they got to pay for the attention of. Now we getting to the bottom of the problem. Now we don't necessarily view them in that negative of a light because we like, dag, man, dude facing self-esteem issues. I ain't finna call brother a simp no more because now I see what dude is actually going through. So now I'm able to build with the brother on self-esteem. Like, brother, you really don't have to do this, bro. You really don't have to do this, bro. Matter of fact, turn that energy inward. Focus on yourself. Spend that money on your self-development. Go to seminars, man. Evolve as a person. Instead of tricking this money off. Utilize that money. Utilize that income for your growth, for your personal growth. That's what you use that money for, my brother. Because you're dealing with self-esteem, so you need to build that esteem up. So when we get to the root, that's when you get to the understanding. When you get to that understanding, then you all the name calling finna go out the window because now you understand the problem. You ain't finna call that brother out. You ain't finna call that brother a negative name. You like, oh, okay, I get it now. You feel like you have to pay, even though we know deep down you don't have to do what you're doing, but you feel this way because of these experiences. Now I got you. Now we can walk you through this. Now we can try to help you instead of just calling you out of your name. And that's all that we doing. Literally, that's all we doing. We can call you out your name. That's it. You were this, you were that. And then that's it. Okay. And we got to understand everybody ain't as strong as we are mentally. So calling these folks out their name and then they paying attention to it, they seeing it, that may be causing more of a problem. Oh, Tiger Zulu, man, I can imagine. Matter of fact, man, we need to link up. But I can imagine, though. I can imagine. I can imagine. I can really imagine. I can imagine. Alonzo, what's going on? Alonzo, man, there you go. Now I thank you for that inspiration, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Look at that. This type of stuff I'm talking about. This type of stuff that we need to go ahead and push and promote instead of labeling people simp, man. Look at that, man. Alonzo out here evolving, elevating. That's what I'm talking about. That's the type of stuff I'm focusing on. I want to see my brothers thrive out here. I don't want to call my brothers out their name, man. I don't want to point out that type of. I want to see my brothers thrive, man. I want to see my brothers succeed. That's what I'm on. I want to applaud my brothers doing great things. That's what I'm on. That's what I want to add on to. When I see brothers doing positive things, man, that's what I'm on. That's what I'm pushing. That's what I'm pushing. Alonzo, you just getting started. Oh, Bobby, man, I already know how it go. I already know what you facing. I already know what you face with that. I already know. I got a lot of reasons why I can't stand that particular type of situation and environment. See, Max 70. See, listen, look at that. This is what I'm talking about. One of my Facebook friends and old classmates asked, what do her Facebook friends like best, bacon or sausage? I said neither and neither. And she kind of got upset. Now, why is she getting upset? You know what I mean? Why does that make you upset? Dominique, what's going on? Bobby, we got to be positive examples for the seeds, man. We got to be positive examples for the seeds. And think about it, man. Just think about it. If you raising a daughter, man, if you raising a young black queen, how would you like for men to treat her? What would you listen? How are you teaching her? What are you telling her to look out for? What are you telling her not to accept? What are you telling her to accept? What are you teaching her? What are you teaching her? What are you teaching her? If you raising a young black queen out here, if you raising a daughter as a black man, what are you teaching her? What are you teaching her? What type of dude are you telling her to look out for? Because I know that you're doing it. I know that you telling her not to deal with a certain type of dude. What type of dude is that? You ain't telling her to deal with every dude out here. You telling her to stay away from a certain type of dude. If you meet a dude that she dealing with, if you got a teenage daughter and she bring a dude to the crib, if you allowing that and you don't like the dude, you finna let her know. And you finna let her know why you don't like this type of dude. So you got things out here, you got certain qualities and characteristic traits within these dudes out here that you would tell your daughter to look out for. But then you contradict yourself and you get on social media and the same things that you telling your daughter to look out for with men, you applauding these dudes out here doing that to these women. You applauding the dudes that's treating the women just the same way that you telling the same things you telling your daughter to stay away from. You applauding that when you see other dudes treat women like this out here. That don't make sense. Beast reincarnated, nothing, man. But y'all know how it is, man. We was after that attention. You know, as a child, you want to fit in for the most part. It's a very small percentage of children that they comfortable being outside of that box. They comfortable being isolated. Very select few. I was always comfortable doing my own thing, but I just so happened to be cool with everybody. I had a good balance as a child, man. Not only did I have the intelligence, man, but I was also able to hang with the people that was out here up to no good. So I had a good balance. So I was just cool with everybody. I ain't have a lot of enemies and things like that, man, growing up, man, because I was cool with both sides. I was cool with what they would call the nerds, and I was cool with the street dudes. I was able to bridge that gap. Like, hey, man, this dude that you calling a nerd really cool. And I was able, man, listen, I ain't even about to get into that. But I didn't help a few people growing up that got labeled as nerds. I helped them. I helped people that was on the other side calling them nerds. I help people see them in a different light. Yeah, Mac, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Righteous Reese, what's going on? It's crazy. Oh, Joe Mons, yeah, if you tuned in on election day, you already know I was going in. Man, before I get to the comments, y'all got the wife up in here texting me, making me read her super chat. Million comments up in here. See how selfish we be getting? See how selfish she out here want all the attention. Even on the chat. She want all the attention. Gotta make me go find her comment and her super chat and respond to that. See what I'm be talking about. Y'all see what I be saying. This is what I deal with. It's what I deal with. We say, how do I feel about what Russell Wilson said? I actually broke that down on the previous stream about what Russell Wilson said. I broke it down. I broke that down. When he said his biggest fear is losing his wife, I said that I didn't agree with that statement, and it ain't got nothing to do with simp behavior. The reason why I said I disagree with what Russell Wilson said is because I don't feel like it's healthy to feel like you cannot live without somebody. And when you make a statement saying that that's your biggest fear, then that is what that is alluding to. You feeling like you cannot live without somebody, and you should not just be living your life in fear regardless. To me, that's not healthy. That's why I didn't agree with what Russell Wilson said. Not labeling it simp behavior, just said I don't feel like that's a healthy move to feel like you can't live without somebody. It's not really a healthy way to live, simply because I be studying detachment and things of that nature. That be causing a lot of suffering. It causes a lot of internal suffering for you to feel that attached to a particular person. And again, when people hear me talk about detachment, they view that in a heartless light, but it's not really heartless. Like I said, at the end of the day, you got to be able to live your life with or without that person. Life must go on. I have watched that attachment literally kill people. That's why I had a perspective that I have towards things like that. I've literally watched that kill people. I've literally seen people be so attached to a person that when that person is no longer with them, then they follow shortly. That's not good, especially when you got a lot of life to live and you got kids to live for. But when you so attached to a person, man, now that becomes a problem, because all your logic is going to go out the window. So if you that attached to a person, if you that attached to a husband or a wife, this is what's going to happen to you. This is, and I've seen it. That fear and all of that is going to override all the logic. So when that person, if that person was to die or something, or if that person was to leave, guess what? You're not going to be concerned with your children. You concerned about the fact that you felt like you can't live with this person or without this person, and they are now gone. That's all that you finna focus on. That emotion is about to overrule all of the logic. So you may do some things to harm yourself, put your kid's life in jeopardy simply because you felt like you can't live without a person, and now that person is gone. I've literally watched that. That's why that's not healthy at all. Listen, that person gone, but y'all still had these kids. Got to take care of the kids. Got to take care of the kids. Life must go on. Life doesn't stop because this person is out of my life. That's not a healthy way to live. And that's how I interpreted what he said, which is why I disagree with it. I don't have any problem with him professing his love for her, but I just disagree with that sentiment. Because like I said, I feel like that's just unhealthy. I feel like it's unhealthy to live your life like that. So now I have responded to that, and now I'm lost. I don't know where I was just at. I don't even know. I was finna respond to a comment, and that just went out the window. Oh, yeah, Jarrell. All right. So Jarrell Harrison said, what is good advice on how a man can find balance with a woman so she will always respect and appreciate you? Jarrell, life is simple, see? We don't need to make situations complicated. Everything is simple. Keep it simple, stupid. When it comes to questions like this, a lot of people be looking for that metaphysical, real deep answer. It's not really deep. All you got to do to manifest this is live your life. Focus on yourself. Focus on improving yourself. Focus on being the best version of yourself. Focus on being the best man that you can be. Guess what? Your woman will reflect that light and that energy. If you have one, if you don't, you're going to attract somebody that's going to match that vibe. You're going to attract somebody that's going to match that energy. You're going to attract somebody that's going to match that. Guarantee you. Guarantee you. The best things come to you when you least expect it. The best things come to you when you least expect it. See, that's why a lot of y'all overlook the person that was designed just for you. Because the best things come to you when you least expect it. Just like bright ideas. The best ideas come to you in the weirdest of places. Man, you may be in the shower and come up with your greatest idea. You may be on your way to work and randomly come up with that idea, that thought that's going to change the game. Those thoughts and those ideas don't normally come to you when you're trying to force it, when you're thinking about it. Things come to you when you least expect it. So a lot of us, we overlook these people that were designed for us because they came at a time that we wasn't expecting it. And we overlooked them because we were so focused on somebody else or something else. So no, things come to you. Those things like that come to you when you least expect it. You may not even be looking for a relationship, but it's about to come to you, man, because of the way that you live in your life. So focus on living your life, man. Find you some things to stand on, stand for, and stand in that truth. Stand on that truth. Live your life according to that truth. And you're going to get exactly what you need out of life. But you got to have some things to stand for as a man. Got to have some things that you stand for. Got to have some rules and regulations and principles, things that you just will not accept, things that you are looking for, things of that nature, man. So stand on your principles, stand on your truth, stand on your square, and then just go about your life. Let's go about your life. Dominique, and this is where I got to build on that because like I said, I wasn't always married. I wasn't always in relationships. Wasn't always that way. Wasn't always that way, man. And I ain't never, like, my rap sheet, it ain't disrespectful. Like I ain't never feel the need to be going out of my way talking bad about women collectively. And like I said, I've had my fair share of experiences, but that ain't never caused me to be bashing women collectively because I, for one, know that irresponsible and that's ignorant because a common sense is about to tell me that not all women are like this. Common sense gonna tell me that. So I ain't let my little bad experiences cause me to be like, all of y'all are garbage. I forget all y'all. And I had bad experiences just like all of y'all, man. I had bad experiences, man. Y'all don't understand. I didn't did some living. I didn't did some living. I done did some experiencing. Joe Moms, that's exactly how my household was constructed. That's exactly how it was constructed. Exactly. I thought that's how I thought that was the norm. Oh, Denise, no doubt. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Oh, Dominique, all right, now I got you. You ran out the space. I got you now. Michael Square, and that's the thing. See, this is what I'm trying to say. See, y'all, this is what I'm saying. What y'all ain't understanding is, I hear y'all defining what is a simp and what's not a simp. I hear y'all, but that's not what the world is adhering to. There are people that are abusing the word. That's the point I'm making. It's like the word pseudo. We know what pseudo means. I can break down what pseudo means. I actually broke it down, but that's not the reality of how people are using the word. As you said, blowing things out of proportion. That's what's happening. So we all can say what we think it means and what it means. That's not how people are using it. They taking it and they running with it and they using it in a way that it should not be utilized, causing it to be abused out here. That's the problem. Just like my man's brought up with the word hotep. We know what hotep mean, but nowadays if somebody call you a hotep Negro, that's obviously something negative. Hotep ain't got nothing to do with anything that's negative. But we done took that word and we done made it an insult when that word is not insulting. If you call me a hotep Negro, that's actually a good thing. But now we have took that and we have made that word an insult. So we can sit here and say, well, hotep means this, but that is not how people are utilizing the word. That's the problem that I'm having. If people were collectively utilizing the word correctly, then cool. I would fool with it. I would say, oh, okay, this is what that is. All right, bet. But you creating confusion when you taking this word and you using it in the wrong context. Now you have created confusion. Thunder Scorpion. That's the word. It was another word that I was trying to look for. Agent is the word. That, and I was just talking about that. Couldn't think of that word to save my life. But agent, that's another one of them words that we throw out. Yeah, everybody is an agent. Everybody is an agent. Man, you say one slight minor thing that don't sound revolutionary out here, and now you are an agent. You are an agent. If you say anything that don't sound like it's over the top sometimes, you are now an agent. If you can say something as simple as this. Everybody know how I view college, right? I can say one simple thing. I could be like, listen, if you whatever you striving to do in life, if you don't need a degree to do it, then don't go to school. But if you striving to do something that requires a degree, then I would advise for you to go to school. They'll be like, oh goodness, do the agent. He encouraging people to go to school. That's what they do. That's how they throw that word out there. That's how they throw the word agent out there. And simp is one of those words. Everybody an agent. Who not an agent? That's what I'll be having to ask people. Who is not? And then another word, clone. At one point, everybody was a clone. Everybody was a clone. At one point, everybody out here was cloned. Everybody. Everybody. That ain't the real such and such. That's the clone. That ain't the real such and such. That's the clone. It's another one of them words, man. Justin Green, man, listen. If somebody uses that word incorrectly, you have, like you say, proper education always corrects errors. So we got the right to correct that. If you use it improperly, then we have the right to address it. Code and roll. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. A lot of that stems from self-esteem issues. So while we out here name calling, we got to get to the issue. We got to get to the root. We out here name calling, man, but these dudes might be going through some things internally, hence why they feel like they got to do what they got to do. So it don't become a laughing matter at that point. It don't become a joking and insulting matter at that point. Hey, Michael Square, that's what I'm saying. We frugal around here. Like I said, went to the strip club one time, wasn't able to get in, and that was it for that. I don't even like to go on a boat, man. I don't know how people, I'm not comfortable just giving my money away. Like if it's not a certain like I ain't comfortable. I ain't comfortable with it. I'm like, man, y'all mean tell me I'm finna go to this strip club, throw all my money out here to these women because they dancing? What? Not doing that. Not happening. Nope. Ain't nobody that special. I don't care about that. No, I'm keeping these ones. Nah. Oh, ain't never made sense to me. But hey, whatever floats your boat. I just wasn't doing it. Oh, righteous Reese, and man, people don't understand. Kids can be brutal, man. Kids can be brutal to one another, man. Let you not have name brand shoes out here. They was making fun of you. Kids be brutal. And some of the time they getting it from their parents can put all these labels and statuses in their head. Like if they don't got these Jordans on, then they dirty. Man, these kids ain't just making this stuff up. These kids getting that from a higher source. The higher source be the adult. Hey, if they didn't got these shoes on, they dirty. They didn't heard the adult say these type of things. That's where the kids getting it from. The kids ain't coming out the womb saying, all right, man, if you ain't got no Jordans on, you dirty. They don't know nothing about that. If you ain't got on these new Nikes, you dirty. Kids ain't knowing nothing about that, man. The kids ain't caring nothing about that. That's learned behavior. And kids can be cruel because of the things they hearing these adults say. Solo T40, man. I already know. Oh, Takazulu, man. We definitely gonna link up. We definitely go link up. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing to link up. See, that's what we gotta do. We just gotta link up out here. Joey the Serpent, man. There you go, man. That's positivity. That's positivity. Promoting that positivity, man. Yeah, Bonafide. And that's what woo. And that's what I'm getting from it. Man, dude could be out here doing some basic things and they you simping. So like people, and this the funny thing about it. Because when I said what I said, this would be funny about me. This would be funny about situations. When I said what I said on Facebook, people actually out here trying to break down the definition of a simp. Like, I don't know what it means. I'm like, man, I know what it means. The problem lies in the way people are using the word. They not using it according to that. Now I have got confused because you are utilizing the word in a different context. So now we got to get back down to what does this word really mean type deal. So people all of a sudden start breaking down what the word means. I'm like, yo, we got to stop moving emotionally. We got to stop doing that. Unknown sacrifice MC, separation. And we get too caught up. We get too caught up in those statuses and those labels at the end of the day, man. We get too caught up in them. We get too caught up in them, man. That's why, like I said, man, we get too caught up in those statuses and those titles and those labels, man. And we let some of that destroy us. I've watched this, man. Listen, I've watched this type of stuff happen. People get caught up in statuses and labels, and it led to their destruction. It led to their destruction. They felt like a certain status. They felt like they needed a certain status to validate their existence, man. So when they didn't get it, man, it destroyed them. Man, you can't be controlled out here by these statuses and these labels, man. You can't be. Can't be, man. That status don't define you. And again, so the wife asks a question. Again, according to y'all definition, how is Russell Wilson simping? Russell Wilson ain't been paid nobody to do nothing, and she ain't reciprocating. She reciprocating to my man. So again, how would Russell Wilson be considered simping based off of the definitions that I have received? If simping is related to tricking, and if simping has something to do with something being reciprocated, then nah, Russell Wilson ain't simping, man. He was expressing his sentiments toward his wife. Nothing is simping about that. Nothing is simping about that, because she has done the same. She has professed her love for this dude. She has done that. She has done that, and she reciprocating a lot of energy out here, man. So I don't see anything simping about what he said. I just disagree with what he said. I don't refer to that as simping, though. He expressed his sentiments about how he feels about her, towards her, about the relationship, about the marriage and all of that. But nothing he did and said is simping. People just don't like Russell Wilson because he's just not out here being ignorant and destructive. So they want to label dude like they used to label dudes nerds and geeks and lames because they wasn't out here following the status quo. So that's all that's really all that is, man. They just want to find a reason to really hate Russell Wilson. I don't know Russell Wilson. I don't like Russell Wilson nor hate him. I don't really know him. I don't know him. Like, that's it. But I ain't finna go out of my way and call that behavior simping. Like, he was expressing his sentiments. That's it. Don't agree with exactly what he said. That don't mean I'm finna call the brother a simp. No. Yeah, Magic Rim. And like I said, that's living your life in fear to me. Again, I'm looking at things on a deeper level. Probably, but that's just how I analyze things at times. I be looking a little bit beyond the surface. So I'm looking at it like fear-based, like you really shouldn't be living your life like that, in my opinion. Now, of course, Russell Wilson ain't caring nothing about what I'm saying. He caring nothing about how I view the situation, but that's just how I view that type of perspective. That's just how I view that type of perspective. I just don't feel like that's necessarily healthy. Again, and people associate that with love. Like, I don't feel like you have to. I honestly feel like it's more so love to feel like, all right, if something were to happen to you, guess what? I'm going to take the experience that we had together and I'm going to utilize everything. I'm going to utilize all the lessons. I'm going to utilize everything that we went through to help me better myself in the future. That's love to me. But feeling like if you go, I go, man, that's obsession. Like, that's just crazy. That's just crazy, man. That's crazy. That's being obsessed. That's crazy. Listen, if something happens to your partner, you're supposed to be able to carry on the legacy. If they go out like that. Now, if y'all just separate things like that, then you definitely need to make sure your life still goes on. But like, if something just happens to your person tragically, man, it's up to you now to carry on that legacy. So I need you to feel like you can live without me, because that's important. Because we ain't just gonna drop at the same time. Ain't gonna happen. Very small chance of that happening. So I'm gonna definitely need you to be like, all right, if you ain't here, then I got it. Or else I don't feel like I'm doing my duty. That's almost like having a child and that child feeling like they need you in life. So if something happened to you, now that child is out here just struggling because they were so dependent on you. No, you need to raise that child in a way to where when you out of the picture, that child is able to thrive and actually do better than you did. So no, man, we can't be attached like that. We can't be doing that. We can't be doing that. Like, my parents ain't got to worry about nothing. I'm carrying on a legacy. I didn't utilize things that they taught me to carry on a legacy. So we good. We living on. We living on. We living. So ain't nothing gonna stop. We living. We living. I done took Jews, man. I done lost a lot of family members, man. And I done took the Jews from their life, man. I done took the mistakes. I done took all of that, all the lessons, man. I have extracted something from all of that. And I'm utilizing that, man, to carry on the legacy, man, to carry on that legacy, carry on that energy, carry on that vibe. So best believe, man, we got to learn that detachment. Listen, something happens to you, life goes on. I'm going to utilize this experience to come out stronger. That's what it's all about. Shine, man, what's going on? Alicia is in the building. I see Alicia in my wife's streams all the time. Finally, welcome. Man, but y'all got, man, I done vented so much, man. Y'all done left all these nice comments, man, these wonderful comments. I ain't even, it's ridiculous out here, man. I just had to vent, though. Hopefully, like I said, man, y'all took some jewels from the vent. Because that's what I had to get it. I had to get it off my chest. I had to get some things off my chest, man. Y'all done went in on the comments, though, man. I don't even know where to start. And she say she trolling. That's the main objective, though. That's the main objective, and I've expressed that several times. That's what we striving for. I'm striving. That's what I was like. That's how I was raised, man. You want to strive to have your woman as less stressed out as possible, so you can basically go out here and do what it is that you want to do instead of feeling like you forced to do certain things out here because I'm not taking care of what I need to take care of. So it's like I'm prioritizing your peace, man, because again, what they say, happy wife, happy life type deal. So I'm prioritizing your peace, making sure that for one, I'm gonna make the sacrifices to make sure you can do what you want to do, which is making you less stressed out. Then when that's working, now it's time for me to make some more sacrifices so I can do what it is that I need to do and want to do. Then when I get that going, when I get that cracking, then it's only a matter of time for everything lines up. Air view and again, even with that, see, and I get it, I get it. I think people are calling people simps because men are being nice to women to be liked, and I get that. I mean, what dude don't want women to like them out here? So it's like at the end of the day, that's what I be talking about, man. I mean, a lot of dudes out here doing things to be liked by women because a lot of dudes are here striving to get the attention of whom? Women. Some dudes just mad because other dudes getting more attention than them. That's when that comes to hating. That's when hating is the result now. But I get it though, man. It's cats on here that be on YouTube, that be on social media that obviously from a business perspective, they are intentionally targeting women. So yeah, that type of stuff is happening out here. And sadly enough, a lot of women can't see through that. So they end up falling for the okie doke and be thinking dude is the perfect gentleman. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, dude be trash or dude don't like black women or whatever the case may be, man. He just be mistreating women, all that type of stuff. But on the surface, he out here letting y'all know y'all the greatest. See, I got problems with that. But at that point, I ain't calling that simp. You just a deceiver out here, man. You evil, you wicked. You a manipulator. Like, that's what you are. That's what you are. And then also, you are opportunist. You are opportunist. From a business perspective, you are an opportunist. So you got a bunch of people like that out here. They are opportunists. They say, hey, if I talk about this, if I talk like this to women, guess what? I'm going to get these women to spend money. I'm going to get these women to tune. I'm going to get my views up. I'm going to get my subscribers up. This is my business plan. So with some people that their business plan involves what some people will refer to as simping. Like, man, I'm finna pander to these women, man, because that's my target market. So from a business perspective, you definitely got dudes out here doing that. See, and there it is, trolling. I ain't visiting no grave site. Cold and radio, and that's why I say that's where the confusion. That's exactly what I said. That's where the confusion comes into play. I'm glad I seen 6U SF Bomber. Glad I seen your question, because this is what I be talking about with detachment. Perfect question. And I'm gonna tap on this question. I may have to exit for the day because your boy is kind of hungry. But you say, what if a wife not giving you the children during the divorce process? Go back to the second part of this question. Do you get unattached? See, at that point, 6U SF Bomber, if getting unattached, you should already be detached in and of itself. And like I said, a lot of people view this as heartless. But at the end of the day, what is being attached to that process going to lead to? You are going to be overly angry. You are going to be overly frustrated by what's going on during this process. And guess what that's going to lead to? Bad health. So it's not going to do anything. Being attached to that process is not going to actually solve the problem. What you need to be able to do is say, all right, look, we finna go through this process. If I come out on top and I'm able to see my kids, cool. If this process don't go in my favor, guess what? Life still got to go on. That's what detachment is all about. That is what detachment is all about. It's really just, it's that simple in theory, but I understand it can be hard to practice. But that's what detachment is all about. At that point, man, you just got to go through the process, go through the motions, make sure you cross all your T's, dot all your I's, do everything in your power, do everything that you need to do to make sure that you putting yourself in the best position to see your children, get custody of the children, whatever it is. If you make sure you do everything that you can do to put you in that position, then that's all you can do. From that point on, it's out of your hands, man. From that point on, it's out of your hands, man. If you doing everything, if you fighting as hard as you can fight, that is the best you can do. Just like if you got a child that's in sports, man, they may not be the greatest basketball player, but if they giving the best effort that they got, you can't be mad at that, man. Can't be mad at that. It ain't gonna do nothing for you. You can't turn that kid into Michael Jordan. He just ain't Michael Jordan, but he giving you the best version of whoever he is. If his name is Michael Banks, he gonna give you the best version of Michael Banks that he can give you. You shouldn't want him to be Michael Jordan, man. So at some point, man, you just got to say, all right, I'm doing everything in my power to see my kids. Long as you doing that, you got my respect. But if you not doing everything in your power to make sure that you able to see your kids, then now we have a problem. But if you doing everything in your power, man, can't nobody be mad at you, because we know how this system go. So you just got to make sure you doing everything in your power. As long as you doing that, fighting a good fight, going hard, hey, man, at that point, man, with however it go, you need to be able to accept it. But you definitely got to make sure you fighting, though. That's all I can say. Make sure you crossing them T's, dotting them I's. When you a man in this system, you got to make sure you doing everything right and exact. Long as you doing that, man, we good. Ain't nobody be mad at you. Ain't nobody be mad at you. Max 701. And see, that's how I go. That's how I go. And she trolling again. Today must be troll day. She better not go live today, because I got time today. I got time today. She better not go live today, because I'm gonna do some extreme trolling. Y'all know my trolling I be in rare form when I troll, because people don't be expecting that from me. Unknown sacrifice MC, man. There you go. There you go. Hey, I was out here. I used to troll before trolling was a thing. So y'all don't want to see me troll. The funny thing about me trolling, some people don't even be thinking I'm trolling because I be dead serious. But man, with that being said, man, listen, I appreciate y'all tapping in. And apparently, shout out to the two simps that disliked the video. Nah, I'm just playing with y'all, man. But this was a nice stream, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in and tuning in with your boy. But like I said, man, brother got to get his grub on before I got to go back to this gym and do these classes, man. So I appreciate y'all tapping in. Nice build. As always, man, positive exchanges, positive comments. Appreciate the donations. Appreciate all that, man. I appreciate y'all more than y'all will ever know. So I'm about to end broadcast. I'm about to exit. Do my thing out here, man. So y'all be easy out here. Y'all enjoy this Friday. Y'all may not see me this weekend, man. I may take this weekend off and do like some short videos and come back Monday with another stream. So y'all enjoy this weekend, man. Y'all stay safe and peaceful out here, man. I'm out, y'all. Y'all be easy. Peace.